Globalization and food. We often hear about the world's changing diet and we think of this as a modern concept, but in a sense, the human diet has always been changing. The banana, for example, whose origins appear to be in the region that today is Malaysia, traveled to India, where Alexander the Great first tasted it. His soldiers brought it back to Greece in about 350 BC. The potato had been grown in South America for thousands of years before the Spanish brought it back to Europe in 1570. Increasing travel and trade in turn took both the banana and the potato to all corners of the world. It is true, however, that globalization is changing our diet faster than ever before. Our diet today, in several ways, our modern diet differs from that of our great-great-grandparents. Today, we have access to more kinds of foods from other countries. The favorite food of many people worldwide, pizza. These days, we also have more fast foods and more takeout foods than in the past. More people are moving to urban areas where they spend a lot of time both working and commuting to work, so there is less time to cook. Buying fast food and takeout food saves consumers time, and it also saves the cost of cooking fuel. Another change in the modern diet is a shift from traditional staples, basic, important foods, to more processed foods, which have chemicals or colorings added to preserve them, improve the taste, or make them look attractive. In many countries, foods that were staples in the past, such as tubers and root vegetables, are often replaced by rice, and rice in turn is replaced by wheat products like ready-made bread, which doesn't have as many nutrients as the traditional tubers. Lots of variety. Visit an international food court in almost any country, and it may seem that we have a greater variety of foods than in the past. You find foods from Mexico, Thailand, Japan, Italy, India, Korea, China, the United States, and so on. Our great-great-grandparents did not have access to so many cuisines. Surprisingly, though, there are far fewer varieties of many foods than in the past. Imagine our great-great-grandparents may have tasted types of rice, corn, potatoes, or banana that we will never experience. For example, according to primalseeds.org, there were 8,000 traditional varieties of rice in China in 1949. By 1970, there were only 50. In the Philippines, too, thousands of kinds of rice have been lost. Mexico has lost approximately 80% of its varieties of maize. There are also thousands of other food crops, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and honey, and varieties of livestock such as sheep and chickens that are on the path to extinction. Unlike our ancestors, we might never have the opportunity to taste Melipona bee honey from Argentina, Amasakari pumpkin from Japan, Arabia, vanilla orange from Italy, or Dominique chicken from the United States. As Jeff Bentley from the BCC puts it, our generation is killing ancient crops which fed the Incas, the Mayans, the Sumerians, and the Tang dynasty. Causes of disappearing varieties. Why are varieties of so many foods disappearing worldwide? The key reason is that farmers are replacing traditional varieties with modern ones, partly because these modern varieties are popular and partly because they are easy to ship to distant countries. Big industrial agriculture contributes to problem. Huge international companies are buying small family farms and shifting to newer and fewer crops but in great quantities. According to the Rainforest Conservation Fund, in the past, agriculture in different regions of the world was independent and local. Now, however, much of it has become part of the global exchange economy. The seed industry contributes to the problem too. Much of the seed that farmers plant is now produced by 3 huge companies, and they sell only a few varieties. The difficulty of finding a variety of seeds is an obstacle to farmers who want to plant traditional crops. The story of 2 crops. Why should we be concerned? 2 crops, the potato and the banana, illustrate the root of the problem. In the 19th century, much of Europe, especially poor people, become dependent on potatoes as their main food source. However, only a few of the thousands of varieties of potato in the Americas had been introduced in Europe. When a terrible plant disease swept through Western Ireland in 1845, the potato crop failed. There was no other healthy variety to replace it. Over the next 7 years, approximately 1 million people died of starvation. Hunger drove over 1 million more to emigrate from Ireland. Today, industrial agriculture might be causing a similar problem with the banana. There are about 300 varieties of banana, but in much of the world, people have access to exactly one, the Cavendish. If disease sweeps through the Cavendish crop, people in many countries will no longer have bananas on their breakfast table. Localization, the solution. It's not too late, however, to save some of these endangered crops. The Buy Local movement is encouraging people to support farmers near their home. These are farmers who often grow less common varieties of food. An additional benefit for customers at farmers' markets is that the food is fresh and full of nutrients because it hasn't been shipped around the world. Also, a priority of several organizations, such as the Slow Food Foundation, is to collect seeds of endangered varieties and encourage local farmers to plant them. If they are successful, we have hope that one day we will be able to test forget flavors such as shellac, apricot, or Saskatoon berry.